What is good, my video game nations? It is your boy the Tata Quan, aka the Tata Monk. Now please, this is a big warning. Spoiler alerts are coming. If any of you have not seen Venom, please click out of this video and go watch Venom for yourself. I highly recommend you go watch Venom in IMAX 3D, and you also get an official Venom movie comic book. So please click off the video. Do not watch this video if you are not to watch or you don't want to get spoiled. Please, I highly recommend to go watch the movie. Now if you see Venom, you can stick around and watch the video. Now first of all, shout outs to Applejack, aka Pineapple Quan, Cookie Monster, which is my new little brother, whose YouTube channel's on the way. Also shout outs to Jay Quan and the Quan clan, my beloved Quan clan. I've been noticing there's some new members coming in, but before we get into that, we're gonna jump straight into the video. Now let's get started. Now this is myself. We just checked Venom in the Academy Mall. Great movie. It was an amazing movie. For the first start, Eddie Brock is basically a reporter, and what he did was, this is me and this is Cookie Monster YouTube channel on the way, so hopefully that will get soon. This is my father. So with Venom, everyone knew it was going to be a PG-13 movie so he can have an opportunity to face Spider-Man. We get that. But what people don't know is that Venom was such a good movie that basically Venom is an alien and parasite. In the beginning sequence of the movie, there were astronauts that were coming down from another planet, or they thought it was the moon, but they collected samples. There were 3 different samples that they collected, and one of the samples was Riot, Venom, and another symbiote, a mysterious one. There's 3 specimens that they collected that they were managed to bring back, and Riot Venom happens to be that one specimen that broke out basically, and it killed the astronauts and any of the survivors around it. So basically the Riot Venom symbiote is basically the main villain, but due to the fact that he can, work his way inside you to manipulate you and give you the abilities of Riot Venom. Now with our Venom right here, he is also testing. He's in a test subject, meaning that he is right there. So basically that these symbiotes come from a planet, and once Venom found Eddie Brock, basically he said that in my planet I am a loser. I was not seek attention, I was a loner. Eddie Brock was a loner too when he failed to find that this character who is being played by this guy right here, who's basically Riot Venom, is the cause of doing human test subjects. In America, that's extremely illegal to do that. So on forward, there was some amazing fight scenes, amazing moments with Venom. There were some parts that could have been bloody, and it was so good. I really enjoyed the whole thing. Now, I'm going to also talk about the ending. The ending of the movie, we all know that this was the ending right here, where these two were fighting it off, and basically Venom can heal Eddie Brock with any deadly injury. Once he was infected with the symbiote, Venom helped Eddie Brock heal his wounds and everything, and he was always inside his head craving for food and decapitation a lot of people to fuel the tank. So Venom is always hungry and he wants to eat heads, basically. So in meaning of that, Venom is a symbiote, but he doesn't like to be called a parasite, because once he finds a host, he could basically, it's a survival instinct. Venom has a survival instinct. Now, in speaking of Venom, now this is the main villain, Riot Venom, and this was the amazing fight scene between Venom and Riot Venom, between Eddie Brock and that one guy, I don't know what his name is, this guy right here. Now the fight scene ended where exactly Eddie Brock and Venom managed to, the plan was that Riot Venom wanted to take the human host with him in space so he can build a colony and go back to the planet with the other Venoms. Venom and Eddie Brock wanted to prevent that from happening. So in the end sequence of the movie, Venom jumped into the rocket where Riot Venom is inside and destroyed the engine and the gas tank, exploding the rocket where Riot Venom and the host were inside, and they both exploded and burned to death. So Riot Venom is dead. Venom said that he had no chance to fight against Riot Venom, but they put up a good fight though. I'm pretty sure Venom did have a good chance, but he has such a savage personality. He reminds me so much of Apple. He talks and acts just like Apple, which is crazy, first of all. Now, in the ending show, this was the best ending right here. Where at the end of the movie, where he saw that the lady, the Asian lady in the supermarket, the corner store, she was getting a gun pointed at her, and the guy was right there. Venom grabbed him and said that we will eat you, we will make you armless and legless, so you can be some turd in the streets, like wind up and everything. And he just decapitated him and said the most famous lines of all time: "We are Venom." And that's where the movie ended right there. Once he walked out, the movie has some, it was so funny, it was so epic, funny, and it was so good. I mean, the critics, I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes says. Now they say they bump up to 31% of Rotten Tomatoes. 88% of audience came in to watch the movie, and I was honored to watch the movie. It was, first of all, it was so good. I highly recommend anyone who wants to go see it, go check it out for themselves. Any theaters near you, I recommend it IMAX and 3D. It was really good. Now for the post-credit scenes, yes. Woody Harrelson will definitely be playing Carnage, and we saw a jail scene once Eddie Brock got his job back as a news reporter. He had an interview and he had Venom with him the whole time. Venom was going with him, and they made, okay, what's this extra story we're going to be doing? Because Venom is basically a part of Eddie. Venom will be inside Eddie's head and talking to him. Once Eddie needs Venom, he can come out whenever he needs him. So once he had an interview, he saw Carnage knew Eddie Brock was coming. So he wrote down in blood in his prison cell, "Welcome Eddie." And this was very creepy. Woody Harrelson really nailed this part out and said, when I get out of here, and I know I will, it will happen. I will release Carnage. This was so crazy. Carnage is to be in the next movie with Eddie Brock, and it's gonna be the same, probably the same fight scenes, just like what happened. Could the third specimen of Venom that was in that crash landing, could that be a Carnage symbiote, the red symbiote? Maybe Carnage is way stronger than Venom and Riot, than the two of them combined. What if that were to be the case? Because Carnage is such a demonic character, a demonic type creature. We won't know until we finally get to see what's gonna happen. Spider-Man will not be in the sequel. It's gonna be Venom versus Carnage, and I really cannot wait to see these two clash it off. And Carnage is such a dark, very demonic symbiote. I cannot wait to see what he will bring, and I try to find ways to see what he looked like. So this is the best I got, like a sketch. He looked like he's gonna have tentacles and that light-pitched Starscream voice from Transformers, but at the same time, we won't know until we see a trailer or a script or anything about it. But as always, you know, if you guys stick around, I hope you, it was a warning with no spoilers. I hope I didn't spoil anyone who instead watched the video. I told you first, no spoilers. There were to be spoilers, but I told you to click out the video, so I hope I didn't offend no one while I was doing this review video. If I were to pick, I would give this a solid 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie, and I don't know what critics have to do. They get paid to do that, so I don't care about that. The movie was great. Keep a lookout. There will be a tease. We could get an unrated version of this movie, and Tom Hardy did stated that there were some scenes, there were like several Venom scenes that he enjoyed, but were cut out because it was originally supposed to be rated R. But you know what? We may still see it. You never know. As always, I am the Tata Monk, aka the Tata Quan. Shoutouts to Apple, Pineapple Quan, the Quan Clan, Cookie Monster, and I just hit you with that 1-2 punch. Peace.